Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce Semantics video session 263. So basically in today's video, we will actually try to understand about the stages. I will explain you the meaning of stage in very simple business terms. And after that, of course, we will also go through a few FAQs, the frequently asked questions related to partners, activities, and stages. So in the previous video, we understood the meaning of each table. Just to give you an overview what each of those means. So we have went through this part one by one, and we have the opportunities table, which actually, helps us to officially track the deal. It's sales officially tracking the deal. That's the thing. Stages, it basically shows us the deal progress stage. In this video, of course, you are going to learn a lot about what is the meaning of stages. Activities, doing the phone call or doing a demo. I think I gave you a brief and it's a very easy term. So it's like working on the deal. Okay. It's basically an engagement. The partner referrals is like how much influence and external partners. Today, maybe I can give you a further few more examples. Like previously, I explained how few of my students can become a partner for me, where I'm not actually signing any contract or I'm not giving them any rewards for doing any sales, but basically they are actually helping me to get customers to enroll to my sales or CRM course. But yeah, we will understand on a more broader level like what it exactly means. And it basically connects influence to deals, opportunity partner. Fine. Now, what is the meaning of this? Now, in my table, if you see, mainly I have actually used this three, qualification, proposal, and negotiation and closed one. These are the four stages which I have actually used. So we will try to understand like the meaning of each one of them. Now, we are starting with this qualification. Now, what does this mean, qualification? It basically answers, is this even worth pursuing? So as I told you, like there can be certain customers who are showing interest, but let's say they are not having the budget to purchase my course, or there can be certain other reasons, like maybe uh, you know, they are actually trying to save their money so that they can pursue my course at a later course. So these kind of customers, like at least from a sales perspective, for me, will be in the qualification stage that whether they are really even worth pursuing or not, whether they're really interested or not. Like there can be certain people who are, let's say, completely in the non-technical background, and they are still hesitant whether they want to join this course, or maybe they have certain hesitations whether they will get appropriate job opportunity sales for CMITs or not. People who are, let's say, already in certain data analytics field, who are already having certain amount of experience, and let's say who are dealing with sales force admin and developer, they can be my proper customer, let's say. But other than this, let's say people who are completely non-technical, or let's say they are not having the budget to pursue my course, then definitely I will put them in the qualification, where the question will be that whether is it even worth pursuing. Of course, there will be different activities. Maybe I will show them a call, maybe I will have interaction on call. I will maybe have certain meetings, maybe, and maybe I can show them certain demos as well. But even after that, if things don't work out, they will be in the qualification stage. Are they a real prospect or just someone browsing? It's like, they are really people who went to the mall and they want to buy certain products, or they are just in the mood of window shopping. So they are just browsing, they are looking for options. So that's why this is the thing about where we can place them in qualification stage. As I mentioned in the previous video, stage is not about finally getting that person. It's about the certainty, like how much certain is that particular customer in my sales, how much they are having the potential to become a customer. Like finally, when they make the sales, they will of course become like my customers. But till now, it's the potential customer uh, stages they're going through, and for each company it's will be different. So there's another example which I've written here, like a company says we might need a CRM next year, let's say there. So when it comes to business perspective, like someone might say that we need a CRM, let's say sales for CRM next year. Now the sales team might just ask, do you already use one? Is there any system which you're already using? Who decides who actually needs CRM? Like, are you the right person with whom we can talk? Again, this is a business to business conversation. Then when would you buy? Like, is there budget, like is there certain budget which you are having? Because let's say if you want to buy Salesforce CMatics product, or let's say Salesforce as a cloud in general, like how much budget you have, whether you have been existing, and what is the need, like how quickly you want to take this and upscale your business. If answers are vague, stay in qualification. If answers are clear, they will move forward. So if they don't get proper answers. Let's say the Salesforce sales team are going for a particular product, but they are not getting proper answers from the customer. Then that might be in their particular stage. Of course, in the Salesforce ecosystem, the stages can be defined differently, but this is just an example, just a mini captured examples which I'm talking about, where let's say in my case it can be qualification. So that's the meaning of this. Many opportunities die here, and that's okay. Like definitely many people just show the interest, but they are not willing to move forward, which is fine. These are very common in sales process. Now, the next thing is about this proposal. Now, what does this mean? Here's what we are offering. Simple meaning, we understand your problem. Here's our solution, press price. So proposal means they are very much interested. Let's say there is customer. I have certain fixed quote for this CIMATIX course. Now they have shown interest, but basically they want further discounts. They, or maybe they are not willing to pay me upfront. Maybe they want to pay EMIs format. Let's say my course is going to end in 2 months. Maybe they are saying, oh, let let me I mean let them pay in a 6 months EMI format. These are like proposals, like they are ready, they are willing to pay, they are going to go ahead, but they might need certain kind of discount. They're expecting certain kind of discount so that they can finally purchase it. Okay, maybe they are having the budget, but maybe they are on a tight budget, and certain kind of discounts will, and even business to business also this kind of conversation depending upon how much they, like whether they have been old customers and how much they need it. So here's what we are offering. Simple meaning, we understand your problem. Here's our solution plus price. Example, sales is based on your needs. Here's the product scope, timeline, and cost. So whatever is the need, we understand. Like the sales for sales people will understand. Then we'll pitch in whether they want to get them the CMIT's product or not. They will ask this question. And custom here, basically, we can see customer is now seriously evaluating. Like they are into consideration. They, again, I don't know finally they're going to pay or not. Even the Salesforce, business to business environment or the Salesforce may not be knowing if the customers whom they are engaging, they will finally pay for the CMIT's product or not. But basically, the evaluation stage is happening very seriously, and partners offer help here. Yeah, so in a business to business context, like partners can definitely offer it. For example, if I talk about on an individual basis, like I have CMIT's course, like there's a person who is willing to go ahead, but maybe they're asking for certain discount. Maybe I can bring some of my ex students, and they can actually explain them. But why uh, whatever is the amount, it's worth it. Like the value which we provided is like maybe 5x. So compared to the amount which I will be choosing for the sales or CMS pre-recorded course. Certain other benefits which I will providing. Let's say weekly once I can have the caller. Whenever they have a doubt, I will have a 5 free doubt sessions, or I will have one-to-one call throughout the 2 months when they will be viewing the pre-recorded course. Or I can give something like a lifetime access. Maybe I may not reduce on the pricing of the sales for CMS pre-recorded courses, but maybe I can give certain extra value. So in that case, certain kind of discussion might happen. And in my case, my ex-student can be similar in a business to business perspective. If they are purchasing the sales for CMS Pro, they will need certain developers, right? So there, some partners can actually come and help, who can help to design the architecture, like whatever existing system there. Let's say they had something like Click, for example. Okay, so something like Click they have been using and they want to transfer to CIMATIX, then certain way they can have a conversation and they can actually know like how the architecture can be built and how the validation can be done. So definitely it's no longer a chat, like it's on a serious stage, and definitely something's positive might just happen. And then comes the negotiation. So negotiation is like adjust and agree. Like I have tried my best, basically to give them, but again they want certain negotiations. Like maybe they want a 6 months EMI, they want to pay a 6 months EMI. Maybe they want to pay at a later stage, or maybe they want certain discounts. So both sides want it, and maybe I also need customers. So maybe I'm willing to go ahead to provide certain amount of discount, certain percentage of discount. Maybe there are some extra offers which I'm providing. Let's say, 1 to 1 monthly calls. Maybe I may not give those facilities to them. So both sides want the deal, but deal is alignment. Now, in a business to business, definitely this plays a very huge role, because if Salesforce is like pitching certain Salesforce CMS product, there are different products, of course. And from the client side, if they have been, let's say, an old customer, like they have purchased maybe the sales cloud, service cloud, so definitely certain kind of conversation might go where they might just come to a negotiation stage. This is fine, this is applicable, and this is quite uh, common, which happens in a business to business process. Okay. So what happened here? Price discussion, discounts, contract terms, like what will be the contract? So sales for CMIT, they are purchasing, they have provided how much for how many time periods that will be existing. Okay, this kind of discussions happen. Legals and compliance review, like if they're shifting from certain to another tool, what are the key factors they have to keep in mind, and final changes. So for example, the customer says, can we get a better price? Can you include support? We need this clause change. So for example, in my case, like on an individual level, still if they are purchasing their sales for CMID, they might just ask, can I get further discounts? Can I pay it in EMI format, 6 months EMI? Or is there some extra benefits you can give me? Like, once I get a sales for CMID job, is there certain days of support you can give me? Okay. Or let's say if there's certain doubts which I have, can you provide me the lifetime access to getting the doubts resolved? And we will have conversation. Like, of course, I cannot provide lifetime access because doubts will never end. But yeah, certain days we can actually come to a meetings and discuss their doubts. So even business to business, that kind of happens. So we need this clause change. Certain clause can be there where they are not satisfied and they want those clause to be changed, for example. Okay. So that's the thing. So once they purchase, let's say in a business to business person, once they purchase the Salesforce Unity product, they might need support, and whether the Salesforce team has it or not, they will discuss of this other partners who can help them. These things are discussed. Okay. So it's like, think of it. We are getting married, but finalizing wedding details. So of course they are willing to pay, but there are certain kind of to and fro conversation happens on the negotiation on certain aspects of it. Okay. Certain extra service which they might add along with the same price. Then, of course, the closed one means deal won, simply meaning the customer said, yes, we are moving forward, please send the invoice. They want the invoice, and this is when revenue is officially counted. Everything before this was potential. So, the qualification, all this stage which I had, right? So, this proposal, negotiation, okay, qualification, proposal, negotiation, all this when potential. Finally, when it is closed one, I'm getting the money, getting the revenue. So, this is about the meaning of each of the stages which we have, right? Now, some of the common FAQs, like these are some of the common FAQs which you might have or we might actually have. Like these are the 5 tables, right? So why we didn't give the partner name column directly in opportunity map table? Wouldn't it be easier to map it opportunity partner instead of creating partner reference table? Now, if you see here, I have this partner reference where I have the partner name. Now, one question you might have is, hey, Avinash, you created this different table called partner reference, which is showing different partners. But here also I have the partner ID. Maybe you could have given the names over here. For example, here I could have just written partner name. I could have written Accenture, then, Deloitte, Accenture, Infosys. Why you didn't do? Why you created a separate table? This can be a very common and it's definitely a sensible question as well. Now, the answer for this is because we are creating one extra table for that, right? Why there was a necessity. Now, the answer for this is it would be easier. Like definitely, if I would have mapped, that would have been easier. But and it's not about easy data; it's about correct data. It's about the correct data. For example, this data actually points out like what are the number of clients I have specifically, right? Now, had I mapped like let's say Accenture, Deloitte, Infosys, and again let's say Infosys, sorry, Accenture, Deloitte, Accenture, and again Infosys, then I'm not getting the exact count of partners. Got my point? And that is very much essential when you're working in a real-time project. The client always have certain tables where it reflects the correct data. It's not about, ensuring the data has become easy where, is certain columns you're just mapping to another column. That's not never the case. They have a lot of data, right? They have different kind of systems as well, already established since they've been running their business for a long time. So different tables definitely need correct clarity. That is very important. So that's why I created purposely this separate table, which actually just shows the number of partners which they have, right? And it's not about Scarborough, but in real system, master data is normalized, relationships are separate. So whatever relationships are separate, that's what I told you. Just that table shows you the number of partners. We intentionally did not show partner name instead of opportunity partner because that table does not describe partner, it describes relationship. So it just describes this relationship, like what is the relationship which we have, and here it just shows the complete partner, right? Which the opportunity partner answers only one question: which partner is associated with which opportunity? Like this will just answer which partner is associated with which opportunity. We are not concerned with the name. That's the thing. It's just mapping the ID part. Okay. And it is not responsible for describing who the partner is. Think of it like so. Just an example which is given like a contact list stores person's name and phone number. A call log stores who called whom. So you have this phone history, right? Where you will in the contact list you will get the complete contact. But there's a call log which actually shares you the details of what kind of interaction or what kind of call logs or call history you had through all the days. But you never store the person's full details inside the call. Inside the call log, you never store the person's complete details, which you stored in the contact list. The call log just references the person, right? So it just references similarly here also it just references the opportunity and the partner ID, right? Now, next is this one. Now we will walk through the next two question in the next video, right? That's fine. But I hope you are following the process, you are able to understand the business context and the meaning of this complete business. That's the purpose of this video. Even if it takes 2 to 3 videos, that's completely fine. But understanding the business context is very essential. Why we needed the different tables and whatever kind of questions you had, you need to get clarification on that. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Let's meet very soon in our next one.